Come on in. Ah,
Sorry to interrupt.
we ain't never up.
My name is Marini Manson. I'm the outreach nurse with Housing for New Hope's PATH team. The PATH team is an assertive street outreach team pretty much every day of the week. We go out for several hours in a van and actively seek out anybody who appears to be homeless or keep an eye out for people who we know to be homeless.
I grew up in a violent rage when I was coming up. My daddy was an alcoholic. He drank a whole lot, and he took everything that happened to him, he took it out on all of us. A lot of weekends I like to go hunting or fishing. He wouldn't have time. He'd rather put his friends before me. I didn't like going by myself. I've always wanted, him to go with me, and take up time with me and explain the things to me in life that I needed to learn. My schooling was not the best in the world. I mean, I went to school, but I went as far as 8th grade. My mother was down, then my daddy, he was down. He broke his hip. And I had to get out and make the money to pay bills and put food on the table. My mother was feeling bad. My daddy, he just kept on, and it wasn't much I could do. And so one day I just left home. I kept, what you might say, leaving and coming back, more or less. And I'd done it for years and years, telling them I'm going to do this, and I'll tell them I'm going to do that. One day, it did come to a point that I was drinking really heavy that time. I was living on alcohol, letting that be my crutch. That's my problem. I drank 7 days. I woke up with it and went to bed with it. There wasn't a time that you would see me and I won't carrying a 5th bottle around with me in my hand. And I wouldn't sit that 5th bottle down for nothing. I'd carry that around with me while I worked. And I said, well, I think I'm going to go out and really do it today. And I got on this bridge, overpass, and I stood up on it, and I was hollering and screaming out in public, where everybody could hear me. People going over the bypass, and down below the traffic was going up underneath it there. And I got to looking down. I said, I ought to wait till a great big old Mack truck come by and just jump and just let him just splatter me all up and down to 85. Somebody had called the law to me. They come and got me off the bridge there, and they put me back in some kind of lockup thing for the mentally ill people, So we're trying to kill himself and all that mess. Alcohol has caused me to be where I'm at today. And I'm gonna tell anybody that, because I lost my job, I lost my so-called friends. If I had really stayed sober, I probably wouldn't have never been homeless anyway. I'm changing. It's just taking me time. It takes time, to go from a bad person to try to become a better person than a person was living in the past. Misbehaved, driving drunk, under the influence of alcohol, smoking marijuana, all kinds of things, and I got arrested for it. I've made up my mind this time. It's serious business. It's time to quit. And so I have quit drinking. I really have. It dawned on me that I know I needed help. I could be out there, still be out there right now, and be right where I was, up under a tree and just eating out of cans and stuff.
In any interaction with people, patients, you're helping them maintain the appropriate level of hope. It can be difficult to be positive when the solutions aren't evident.
And I really want to go from here. I really do. I just want to leave this world altogether. But I don't want to take my life and do it. I just want I want it to be in the Lord's hand instead of my hands.
And on top of that, this thing that they've been longing for forever, which is housing, like, oh, if I just had a house, is finally attained. And it's like anything that you've been striving for so long, you finally attain it, and then it's like, well, what now? The housing is supposed to solve all my problems, and now I'm here, and I don't feel great. I'm bored. I don't really have any friends. My whole routine's gone, and it's not really been replaced with anything.
I have been lost for so long in life that I really ain't found nothing that I can think of that would make me happy.
What really gets to me is having to live in a world all by yourself with nobody to talk to. That hurts more than anything in the world.
So I just think there's a huge need for volunteers to have fun with the clients and sort of get them back into feeling like this is a real life. We have to replace what we're taking away from the street life. We have to replace that with something. I'm here with Mr. Danny Turner. I was going to put him on the phone. Is that okay? Okay. There you go.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Nothing, not a whole lot. I'm just trying to get my life back together and trying to get up off the street and try to act like a human being ought to. Well, if you can come by here, I'd like to see you today anyway. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here, you talk to her then. Yeah, he wants to talk to you, man.
Okay. Hello. So he said he'd be here in about an hour.
I feel better now that I talked to somebody and knowing that he has got my sister's numbers and all. That helps. That helps me a whole lot. Cause I love to get in touch with the rest of my people before I'm dead and gone from here.
Alrighty. Well, I hope you have a good time with your cousin. Hope y'all get to catching up and stuff.
That's him. That's him. Yeah, man.
How you doing?
All right.
Ready to go if you're ready to take
Yeah, I got to lock up and everything.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Okay. But now I'm gonna try it this way, and I'm gonna see if this don't work out. I mean, it can't be no worse than what I've been through with. It's trying to live the right way instead of the wrong way. I mean, anybody can change if they want to, but it's got to be up here in your mind. It's got to be in your head, and it's got to be in your heart. It's got to come from your heart, and you got to mean it. Do I really want to change, or do I want to just continue on living in misery and suffering the rest of my life when I know I can do better? And I know I can do better.